Today, we're going to show you how to get your dental clinic ranked onto the first page by doing it yourself. This is going to be a DIY of all the lowest hanging fruits that you can do today. So let's get started. This is our Clickspo website. If you just look at the different industries, right now we have the few that we focus on the most. You'll see dental clinics. You can click on that and it will drive you straight to the blog that shows you the step-by-step guide on how to rank your website onto the first page of Google and AI search. So let's get started. Why dental SEO matters in Hong Kong. This is really just to talk about why it's important. Obviously, it's important for you to get leads. When people have tooth pain, toothaches, they're going to be looking for a solution. They're going to try to find someone like you. So the first part of it is going to be optimizing your Google business profile. So this is called GBP. It could be called GMB for Google My Business. Honestly, Google changes its name so often that you just need to know that this is your business profile that is listed on Google. So you're going to be able to see exactly what that would look like. For example, we looked at one near my home in Causeway Bay. You're going to see that it has its both traditional Chinese and English name. If you're only speaking one language, then obviously you would use your primary language. No need to add both. If you do have both, it is advised to have both English plus the secondary language into that name, just so that Google's robots can register both the English and the secondary language. The second part is to make high quality photos and assets. So what would that mean? Essentially anything about the interior, the exterior, the lift, the lobby, if there's a bus stop outside, if there's anything convenient, maybe there's a coffee shop right around the corner, who knows, right? Anything that is going to help a client be more persuaded to go to your clinic or feel at ease, I would decide to add that in the photo section, right? So make sure that these quality photos, when we say quality, we're talking about photos that are not blurry, photos that are not pixelated or distorted, also not AI generated photos where there's 20 people sitting in the clinic nicely with their feet up. That's probably not going to be the best trust signal for people going to your clinic. Anything that is raw, honest, and shows the reality of what it feels like to be in the clinic, that would be your best bet. All right, then the basic stuff, listing your opening hours, your services, who do you serve, what services you actually provide in detail, not just dental services, but maybe you're focusing on crowns or veneers, anything like that. You want to put that into your services below. And then the most important thing here, to leave Google reviews, right? To leave Google reviews. So let's say Home Dental Hong Kong, you're going to see them here. And then you're going to see all their reviews, right? This is going to be the strongest signal that you can potentially get, just because anything here is going to be pretty standard. Any updates, if you link it to your Instagram, Facebook, what's really going to set you apart is going to be the Google reviews. So Google reviews, there's going to be a large amount here. So let's just dive into the Google reviews here. Ideally, you want to have your clients leave a very detailed review, right? So anything that is talking about what services they chose, maybe the communication, the feedback, how they felt before and after they're doing it, maybe during their session. All of these things are going to provide me as a user and a potential client feedback of what it would actually feel like to be there. So you can see that there's a review here that says the clinic is clean, the staff is very thorough, and they're very happy with the finished results. One thing that I would add here to kind of get this to even higher standard would be if they added a photo. So if they showed a before and after of their yellow stained teeth, I'm just kind of looking at my teeth right now. They're not that bad, but if I had a before and after where the after photo showed a pure white, pearly white teeth, I'd be pretty convinced, right? So just having more evidence is going to help you persuade the client to make that booking and to also help you rank higher as an authority figure in Google's eyes. So jumping back into the blog, a pro tip is to post daily. Any updates, obviously there might not be anything special going on every single day. So then maybe you could try it weekly, bi-weekly, but we would say as active as possible, right? Because you're essentially showing Google that, hey, you're raising your hand every single time. You're telling Google, hey, there's something going on here. We should be noticed. We should be noticed. Hey, look at us, right? Now, the second part here, we've listed as a highlight in terms of having dual languages. This is a question that 9 out of 10 times in countries that use both English and their local language, they're going to ask, in terms of English and X, so in this case, English and Chinese in Hong Kong, if they're going to have dual language, should they put English plus that language in the same page? So I'm going to show you exactly what I mean right here. The little pro tip that we have, 9 out of 10 times that we have this call, we're going to be asked this question. So for example, if we have two languages, let's say English plus our local language, in Hong Kong, we would be using traditional Chinese. How do we set up and format our website so that SEO can work for both languages? So if I type in English or if I type it in Chinese, it shows up. So I'll show you exactly how to do that. If we just use our website as an example, you'll see that clicksbo.co, and then this is in English. If we change it to traditional Chinese, you'll see the URL at the top here. You'll see the URL at the top here changed to ZH dash HANT. So this is just to denote that this is traditional Chinese. Cool. So moving on to the pro tip, 9 out of 10 times we're going to get asked this. So I'd love to show it to you guys exactly what I mean. If you're looking at apple.com here, you're going to see that it is in English, obviously. So if we switch the country over and we go to, let's say we go to Italy, it's going to change to apple.com/IT, right? So that's going to denote that it is in Italy. If you're talking about France, I'm guessing it's FR, right? So by this, you're telling Google that this is the French version of the apple.com, and the English one, if we kind of go back all the way here to the .com, then this is the English version. So long story short, you want to have A version for one language, B version for the second language, C version for the third language, etc. Now jumping into what everybody wants to know, right? How do you rank these keywords onto the first page? The first part is the research. So what we would research, for example, we'd want to research dentist in your downtown area, dentist in your core or your area of choice. Teeth whitening in the city that you're in, teeth whitening near me, dentist near me. So for example, if you're in a city like New York, maybe you would say on the Upper East Side, maybe you would say on 42nd Street, etc. So the more detailed you are, the less search volume there is, but the higher the intent. With the higher search volume, there's going to be a lower intention, right? Because if you're looking for just orthodontist in general, and then you're in the US, you're gonna have tens of thousands of searches every single day, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're able to serve them, right? So when you're doing this research, just make sure that you're mixing in a combination of high volume as well as high intention keywords. So our pro tip is to mix in services, location, and intention-based keywords. So how do we do that? I'm about to show you. We use Ahrefs. Some people may be using SEMrush. It's essentially the same thing. It's a third-party tool to help you do research. I've been using Ahrefs for years now, so it's just easiest for me. We would just go to Keyword Explorer. And then if you're looking for a dental clinic in, let's say, New York, this is what it would look like on the dashboard, showing you the difficulty of the keyword. So it's quite hard to rank for this. With the competition in New York, I'm sure that it is quite competitive. And then the traffic potential is anywhere around 800 traffic per month. So that's 800 people searching for this term just monthly, right? Down here, you'll be able to look at who's ranking down here, you'll be able to see who's ranking on that first page. So what you really want to notice is the DR, domain rating. And domain rating is essentially a rating from 0 to 100, 100 being the absolute best. And you're going to want to see how high this competition is. So for example, if everyone here is essentially a 70 plus, which it's not, it would be quite hard for you to sneak in as a website that is brand new, right? But we do see that there are some that have gone in here that are DR of 19, 27, and 6. That means that they're fairly new, but they're still able to rank for that, right? So why are they able to do that? We're going to be able to go in depth in our next video. But right now, this is just showing you exactly how to do keyword research and what related keywords that you could find are. So based down on here, you can see the keyword ideas list, and this is really where you're going to be able to pull a little bit more detail out of it. So moving on to the third part would be to optimize your website for local SEO. So what's going to be strongest is going to be everything within your local area. So anything talking about dentist in X area, dentist clinic in X area, teeth cleaning in XYZ, right? All of that is going to be the lowest hanging fruit for you guys to rank for. So how do you tell Google how to do this? You're essentially naming the chapter of each page. And with the chapter, it's going to be the biggest heading. It's going to tell you exactly what Google should be looking for. So, for example, if the page is talking about teeth cleaning, we want to have teeth cleaning Hong Kong in our title, right? On the service page, we want to have implants, Invisalign, etc. in our URL. So what would that look like? Let's look at a Singaporean example. Q&M Dental Group, okay? Our services, you can see that this is perfectly laid out because of how many services that they're going over. So each page that we click into, you're going to see that it goes into a URL that says, this is talking about Invisalign, braces, invisible braces, straightening teeth, irregular teeth, etc. Right? So how this website could potentially do even better is if they created separate pages, one specifically for Invisalign, one specifically for invisible braces, one specifically for straightening teeth, etc. So it is talking, the name of the game really is to be as detailed as possible. Jumping back in here, we're going to look at mobile speed. So mobile speed, what you would do is go into this page here and then pagespeed.web.dev. I'll leave the link down below so that you guys can check it out for yourself. But essentially, if you look at this website, we want to take the core of it and then we want to run an analysis. So this is going to tell you exactly on mobile and desktop what Google is seeing, and what we call this is a lighthouse test as a basic benchmark. So we can see here that it's come back showing red. Red is never good, right? So there's a mobile version and there's a desktop version, and a lot of it comes down to the performance, right? So the performance, the two main things that you want to really focus on and the easiest to understand is speed. No one's going to want to wait 4 to 5 seconds to load the website, let alone, let's say 11 seconds for the first contentful paint, which is essentially saying for the first image to be fully loaded, right? No one wants to be waiting 2, 5, 10 seconds for things to be loaded, right? So the first contentful paint is usually the first signal. What is the asset getting loaded at in terms of the time? It's about 2.4 seconds, which honestly doesn't seem too long. But when you think about 2.3 seconds, that's a lot. That dead space right there is kind of how long you'd wait. And it's kind of awkward for people that are used to getting things at a light speed. So make sure that you do this lighthouse test and you're able to basically get it up to a benchmark where it is at least above 50 to 60. Now, the fourth part is probably the hardest part for a lot of people to do. It's getting citations and local listings, where we call backlinks, really. Backlinks are essentially a vote of confidence for your website. What you need to know is that the more backlinks, the more do follow backlinks, the better. The difference quickly between no follow and do follow is that no follow gives you no authority. Do follow does give you authority. What is the biggest difference? You can think of YouTube comments as a no follow because anyone can leave these comments on and basically cheat the algorithm. Let's say on medical directories, let's say on business directories, all of these are officially published. So that's going to be a legitimate source of local rankings. So to do this, you can reach out by email, you can reach out by phone. Essentially, this is like a cold calling, cold outreach to help you build out your authority so that you would have more links pointing back to your website. The fifth part is talking about reviews again, just talking about on Google Maps, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, anything that is relevant. Reviews are always a major plus, and I would say a key in the trust factor of any business. And to wrap it all up, number 6 and 7 really go hand in hand. It's about creating content that people actually enjoy reading and they get value from. And in turn, that would help you generate backlinks because people will start to refer your content and your articles as a helpful piece of content. So this goes hand in hand to help you build the authority of your website. When you're looking at helpful content, what it would look like is how much it would cost to do teeth whitening, right? In terms of the pain, let's say to do implants versus dentures, what is better? A great way to do this is to go to Answer the Public. And this is going to be a social listening tool to help you find exactly what people are looking for. So if you're looking at dental clinics, this is going to help you look for the ideas and the top ideas, and it's all going to be listed out here. So, for example, you might say which dental clinic offers same day teeth whitening, how much do dental implants cost, dental clinics in X area, dental clinics near me, dental clinic closing time. So all of this stuff is going to be very important to a user that's looking for a dentist that they can trust, right? So this is an easy way to kind of get the questions that most people are frequently asking and then answer it on your website, and in turn generating value for the users. Using the same word on every page is not a good thing in 2025. Having dental clinic on every single page, dental clinic, best dental clinic, emergency dental clinic, all of that leads to cannibalization. Google doesn't understand what each page is specifically talking about. So if you're talking about veneers on one page and dental implants on the second, make sure that all of that information stays on that one page. The second part is optimizing your Google Maps, just in terms of localization. Things like clinics or service-based businesses, a majority of people will be looking for the ones that are closest to them or closest to their work. So ensure that that Google My Business profile is set up correctly and accurately. We've seen some people set it up, but then their Google My Business had said that they're in another country. So just double check that before you click publish. And the most important part, I would say, out of all of this is the experience. So if your website is slow to react, and if your website does not move when you click any of the buttons on your screen, no amount of SEO is going to help you. Make sure you guys follow this account for more information like this if you think this has helped. Let us know if you would want shorter or longer content, more in detail content, or specifically what we're lacking in this explanation video so that we can dive deeper and that you guys can get more value out of each video that we produce. All right, guys, so that's it for today. Hope that you guys are able to get your dental clinics ranking onto the first page as soon as possible without much effort. If you have any more questions, our website is in the bio below, and we're happy to consult and give you any advice that you need to get you moving on the right path. Our goal is to help small businesses and founders succeed and thrive in any industry that they're in.